Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen, but many other countries in the present times is evolutionary in nature and also challenging at the same time because of many reasons, but mainly, primarily, one, global order is in a flux that triggers instability. Two, medium or middle ground positioners would face pressures and challenges to choose sides amid GGG, the global great game, and Pakistan's geography in view of the global great game is a battleground of competing interests. Strong economy and balanced foreign policy are important leverages to retain middle ground status. I'd urge you to take a holistic view of our national security as our environment in particular is peculiar. Conduct of war itself is undergoing rapid transformation. Wars in Ukraine, in Middle East, use of proxies and modern technology that have led to non-contact warfare offer both challenges and opportunities for operational art. That is your forte. While military takes care of external front predominantly, a stable, unified and progressive inner front is imperative, ladies and gentlemen. And when you sever linkages between external and internal threats, external and internal, when you sever the linkages, what happens is unfortunate, but what happens is then East Pakistan, Ukraine, Bangladesh, Nepal, these are all internal weak front is a breeding ground for all ills. If the country is weak from the inside, ladies and gentlemen, even if there's no external threat, even if there's no external aggression, it poses a serious threat to the national security. The countries that are nuclear powers, just as we saw Soviet Union, had multiple nuclear weapons, yet disintegrated. It is because the countries break from the inside and not from the outside. And like what happened in 1971, so conflict within is dangerous, and especially Pakistanis have to understand that. It goes for every country. Good governance, proactive governance, hard work, good policy making. It enables conflict-free within, because a stable country, an economically sound country, a developed country is seen with reverence, is seen with respect. And this is where the role of the governments come in. This is where the role of a chief executive comes in. This is where the role of the Chief Minister of Punjab comes in, or any Chief Minister for that matter. My role as the Chief Minister, Chief Executive of the most populous province of Pakistan. My vision is, and I'm not just reading out things, my vision is to use good governance as a vehicle, as a tool for delivering not only projects, but dreams. And the core value of my vision is people-centrism, putting this people in the center. Rights of people, well-being of people, needs of people, requirements of people, sentiments of people become my priority. I frequently get asked what my priorities are. And I don't have a priority list, because every single thing, every single segment, every single sector, every single project that touches the lives of hundreds and millions of people, that impacts the life of hundreds of millions of people, becomes my priority. And the core value, ladies and gentlemen, of my government is sitting on the left. Ask them. The core value the core principle of my governance, the core vision of my governance would be one word. If I had to describe my governance, my vision, my approach in one word, it would be compassion. I cannot see things in black and white because I am the chief executive of a province that is home to 150 million people, 60% of Pakistan's, the entire Pakistan's population. And therefore, there are many people who live on the periphery of life. They're away from the luxuries of life, trying, burning their midnight oil, their sweat and toil to make ends meet. So my decision has to be very well thought out. It has to be compassionate. I have to be compassionate. And this gentleman who's the Chief Secretary of Punjab, sometimes, he jokingly says that I fear that you're going to put 10 billion rupee notes on an airplane and drop them from the air. But honestly, ladies and gentlemen, compassion, the well-being of people, the good of people is my guiding light. And I run a system, trying to develop a system where decisions, actions are designed for and with the people, because they affect the people adversely or positively. Compassion is at heart of my decision making. One decision coming out of that meeting would affect the lives of 150 million people to be precise. And not only the indigenous population of Punjab, but I have people coming from all parts of Pakistan, from Azad Jammu Kashmir, from Gilgit-Baltistan, from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, from Balochistan, and even from Sindh, looking for better prospects of life. So therefore, as I said, I can't be non-serious, I can't be nonchalant, I can't be rigid. It's people first, it's humans first. And in this flood, I'm very proud of my team and my entire administration across Punjab. We were hit by the worst floods ever in the history of Pakistan, with our 3 main rivers overflowing, completely drowning, inundating, and submerging the surrounding areas. 5 million people were affected, 5 million people. And this is what I mean when I say compassion. It was a beautiful sight. It was a heartwarming sight, ladies and gentlemen, when I saw my administration, my police, my commissioners, my deputy commissioners, the members of my cabinet, the civil defense, Pakistan Armed Forces, Pakistan Navy in particular, Pakistan Armed Forces in general, lifting people from flood-hit areas to safety. It was a historic flood in every way. Never in Punjab people have seen this amount of water. Literally, I don't know where the water came from, but the level of the preparedness was such that we were able to rescue and evacuate 20 million people. Not only people, not only human lives, but animals as well, lives of the animals, of living beings. This is the Punjab I want to see. Those heartening images of rescue people, Rescue 1122, my heroes, carrying even the pet animals in their arms and, transporting them to safety. Small children, babies, infants, pregnant mothers, all being transported in a safe environment to safety. And then feeding the entire population that was flood affected 3 times a day with respect, with dignity, laying down the dastarkhan for them, having them sit at the tables to have their meals, providing them with all the medicines and the medical attention that they needed, the field hospitals that we have. We have about 32 field hospitals in Punjab. We have about 1,000 clinics on wheels, mobile hospitals in Punjab, that I just 3 months ago 2 months ago I inaugurated. Those field hospitals, it was a treat to watch. I never sat down in my office and passed instructions. I was there. I visited each and every flood hit area. I had to travel several hours a day because the weather was not conducive. So my plane wouldn't take off, my helicopter wouldn't take off. So I was traveling extensively from one part of the Punjab to the other, from South Punjab to North Punjab, from North Punjab to Central Punjab. I was there everywhere because I can't just sit in the office and pass instructions. I have to be there with my people, telling them that they're safe. Their chief executive is not just sitting in the office, but with them through thick and thin, through good and bad, through the ebb and flow. So my governance, ladies and gentlemen, is equity-based. It is pro-people. It is people-centric, with compassion, meritocracy, with inclusivity and innovation being my guiding principles. And when I say innovation, I come from a family that has had two giant political figures, my father Nawaz Sharif and my uncle Shehbaz Sharif, the now Prime Minister. And my father's been 2 times Chief Minister and 3 times Prime Minister. And my uncle's been 3 times Chief Minister and now the 2nd time Prime Minister. But I refuse to subscribe to the traditional norms. I'm not a slave to past, I'm not a slave to habit, I'm not a slave to convention. I carve my own niche, I carve my own ways, I look at people, I see what they need, and then I come back to office and design my strategy, design my program, which is aimed at keeping the human factor, the compassion in the middle. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to now give you an overview of what I'm doing. Health and education get the largest chunk of my budget. However, we are now embarking on an expansive, sprawling, huge reformation program that is Punjab-wide, all big and small cities simultaneously, clean drinking water, especially in the first phase to the areas that are water scarce. And there is no single solution to this, so we have the experts sitting with us. But my dream is to provide clean drinking water to everyone in all parts of Punjab. And again, a very, very extensive program, Punjab Development Program, that includes laying down a completely new, modern sewage and drainage infrastructure. We've had torrential rains, we've had frequent spells of rains, and every time there's rain, there's urban flooding, there's urban ponding, and the lives in many areas, in many districts, comes to a grinding halt. Gujarat, for example, many areas of Lahore, for example. Only in Lahore, in the Lahore Development Program, I have just built multiple underground storage tanks, because water is a blessing. We have to treat every drop of water falling from the sky as sacred, because it is bread and butter of the people. So it's a completely new, modern sewage drainage system that we are now going to lay down. Involves hundreds of billions of rupees. Model villages, I've got 24,000 villages in Punjab. So we are now embarking on a program that will completely modernize the rural areas of Punjab. So we are starting with 500 villages. And we're also, in every village, we are building connectivity, road connectivity, 25 kilometers of roads in every village, which will help the villagers with the connectivity. And my senior minister and my environment minister is sitting next to me on my left. I very proudly tell you that the things that are happening in Punjab are nowhere else to be seen. I hope other provinces also follow suit. I'm a Pakistani first and a Punjabi after. But the things that are happening in Punjab, every under construction building in Punjab has a banner hanging on its facade saying it's EPA approved. It's EPA complied. And you would see smog guns. We've just imported 15 smog guns that are countering smog at the moment, because I want a healthy environment for my kids, for my people, because every year we are confronted with this huge issue called smog. People falling sick, schools shutting down, the business coming to a grinding halt. So the things that are happening in Punjab are amazing, and I would request you to please focus your energies, focus your minds on this video that will explain to you the kind of work that Punjab is doing. Can we please play the video? Thank you. This is the first ever public sector cancer treatment and research hospital. It is nearing completion. This building coming out of the ground that you see has been built in a few months' time. In a first ever cancer treatment hospital in Pakistan, 1,000-bedded hospital. Please stop. So this is, I went to China and I went to an exhibition where they had displayed their machinery, this famous company called Hygieia. And they told me about this machine that is the size of an ultrasound or an echo machine. And amazingly, to my utter disbelief, they told me that this is a walk-in and walk-out procedure for some kinds of cancer, tumor, and it treats the cancer without invasive surgery, without conventional surgery, and walk in and walk out 60 minutes, the patient is cancer free. It is expensive, but I got the first machine, and many patients who received this treatment, 60 minutes without surgery, without chemo, without anything, are now, mashallah, by the grace of God, we're all cancer free now. So I have a huge waiting list. I've ordered 6 more machines. One for North Punjab, one for the cancer hospital, 2 for cancer hospital, 2 for the South Punjab. And it is pretty expensive. It is $5,500 for one treatment, for one probe. It's $5,500. My dream to have at least treatment of cardiology in all districts of Punjab, so that people in emergency, because the cardiac patients don't have much time. So this rule of golden hour, that if treated within 60 minutes, if stabilized within 60 minutes, if administered with the right medicine within 60 minutes, many lives would be saved. So alhamdulillah, in just a few months' time, this hospital is now functional, not only built but functional. The first institute of cardiology for the entire Sargodha division. Another is functional in the first of Sahiwal division. I was in Murree. I inaugurated the first cardiology center in Murree, which will also cater to KPK and AJK and also people of Galiat. Yes, please. I don't want people from one city to travel to other cities for treatment. The basic treatment should be there. So I have about 2,500 basic health units and 300 rural health centers, which is obviously a mini hospital, especially in the rural areas. All 2,500 basic health units have been turned into state-of-the-art mini hospitals. And they are revamped to the highest standards. It is as good as any clinic in the Western countries. Please see. Yes. Field hospitals, we have 32 for the rural areas. The 1,000 clinics on wheels that we have. They did a splendid job, stellar job during the floods. And despite this amount of water, despite the devastating flood, not a single disease outbreak. And that was because we were prepared. Free medicines for heart patients, for cancer patients, for hepatitis patients, delivered to their doorsteps. People who had to stand in the queues in the hospital for their weekly or monthly dose of medicine is now 60 days, a stock of 60 days is now delivered to their doorsteps without any cost, free of cost. Pakistan's first air ambulance. Many lives have been saved because of this. Free insulin program. It took us a little time to develop the cold chain, but as it's now delivered to the doorsteps. Please hold. So the specialties that the treatment that Pakistan does not have, the treatment of diseases that Pakistan does not have, I'm working on it, and we are building Pakistan's first medical district that will have treatment for all those diseases that need specialized care. For example, lung diseases, for example, orthopedics, for example, children diseases, for example, bone marrow diseases, blood diseases. $30,000 bikes delivered, 80,000 scholarships going to the deserving students, deserving but meritorious students, who would have otherwise not been able to pursue their education. It's called Honahar Scholarship. Honahar means meritorious. 100,000 laptops this year. About 1 million kids getting a pack of milk every day. And this is sad but true, but this is increased enrollment. This is the first of its kind Center of Excellence for Early Childhood, for people who cannot afford. This is unparalleled, better than any expensive private school. Please have a look, these are real pictures, not AI. Centers of excellence being built in every district of Punjab. Better than any private school. Center of excellence everywhere for the first autism school for special children. STEAM competition, science, technology, engineering, art and maths across Punjab. I've got 49,000 schools. Punjab is the agriculture, the food basket of Pakistan. Therefore, I also have to look after the interest of my farmer while also maintaining prices for people who live on the periphery of life. Difficult decision, not an easy one. We are mechanizing the entire agricultural landscape of Punjab. Given out about 12,000 tractors last year, 30,000 to go this year. Giving them tractors, what seeders? Super seeders. All agricultural facilities under one roof, called agriculture malls. These have been built in just a few months in the agricultural hubs of Punjab. Doing everything to enhance the yields, because agriculture in Pakistan is human intensive. So now bringing in mechanization. The graduates from agricultural universities have been given scholarships and also internships. That's me driving the tractor. I have a very, very uphill task ahead of me. It's not just mitigating the flood, but it is prevention of flood next time, whatever it takes. This is for the differently abled people. They're getting monthly stipends through this card. And ladies and gentlemen, this is another project, another initiative that's very close to my heart. In mere 8 months, we have, Alhamdulillah, under this Apni Chhat Apna Ghar, which is flagship program, we have 90,000 houses raising from the ground. So we've given them long-term loans. They're building their own houses now. 90,000 homes. And inshallah, by the end of 5 years, my tenure, it should cross 500,000. Inshallah. Real pictures of the houses built. piece of land for those who don't possess one, free of cost. We employed technology. We employed thermal imaging from the drones to spot any animal, any human life that was stranded in the waters. And this technology helped us a great deal. Drone evacuation. Clinics on boats where these clinics couldn't reach. So we came up with clinics on boats, now restoring the damaged roads. Built, rehabilitated 20,000 kilometers of roads across Punjab, only in 12 months.